The checkerboard pattern is one of the most difficult patterns you can do on the Rubik's Cube, but a lot of beginners like to learn it, so here's how you do it. There are two algorithms you'll need to know in order to do the checkerboard pattern. They do something that looks similar to this, but make sure not to use your own algorithm. Even if it does the same thing, you have to do this one, or else you'll run into something known as parity, which is extremely annoying, and I don't think you want to deal with it. Here's the first algorithm. And what this algorithm does is it gives you one piece that's checkerboarded. So now what we want to do is we want to hold that one piece that's checkerboarded in the front. And we simply repeat the algorithm. And now you should have one full side checkerboarded. Then what we can do is flip it over, and then repeat this same process. And now we have two sides that are checkerboarded. From here, you want to rotate like this, and then you want to checkerboard all of these pieces. Then you want to flip it over and do the same thing. Now, you want to flip it to see the side that's checkerboarded. You should have two sides that are checkerboarded at the moment. And then hold it like this, and repeat. Finished. Now let's flip it over and do the same thing. Now, we're going to have to do two more steps. So it may look checkerboarded, but this is actually not correct. What you want to do is take out this center cap, and then swap it around with the opposite one. Because what this does is it swaps around two sides, which isn't actually possible to solve. So we want to swap around two more. But it's specifically, you have to start with these two, and then these two, and now you can do this algorithm. And now what that did is it resolved all of the centers, and you're almost checkerboarded. From here, you want to undo your checkerboard, so undo all of your steps, until we're back to solved. Then from this solved state, we can undo what we just did. So now we're back to checkerboard. Then we're going to do our algorithm of checkerboard 1. And then we are going to do that again. And then just repeat until you have something that looks like checkerboard. Once you have something that looks like checkerboard, you're finally done. So I hope you found this useful, and maybe you'll be able to use this to get some pretty fast times checkerboarding your cube, because they might actually add this as an official event, because checkerboarding is just so hard, you might as well think of it as a solve. So practice checkerboarding, and maybe once it gets added as a WCA event, you'll be one of the top checkerboard solvers. I'm thinking of making a part 2 soon on how to speed solve checkerboard, but that's very, very advanced. So I guess I'll see you later.